So anybody that's ever seen a Harley XR750 has obviously seen these two big old carburetors hanging off of the side of the thing. They're pretty extravagant, and I just wanted to do a quick video explaining the things and what's involved and what they've progressed through the years. Started off 1972, the XR750 came out. The first one had a McCuney 36mm carburetor. And it was kind of a bit of a leap of faith for Harley to kind of get a McCuney, a Japanese carburetor, on their bikes, but they were probably the best carburetor at the time. These things were really just a two-stroke carburetor. Be something that they would have used on early RM250s, MX250s. Kawasaki had a motocross bike at the time. They had a nice big clamping area for the air filter, and they were, pretty basic and simple. You could get parts anywhere for the things, so they were a pretty good choice. They flowed a lot of air. So the only thing that happened with these things is that you couldn't get to the idle screw. So they basically just kind of ran without an idle. That one's blocked off. It doesn't even work on this. It's just closed right in. But they worked pretty good. They had a kind of a heavy brass slide and a pretty stiff spring, so they worked your arm up pretty good when you were running with two of these things on there. They were sort of the industry standard until mid-80s, I suppose, and then they went to the 38mm TM. Still a two-stroke carb, McCuney TM. It was really exactly like what they would have used on an old RM250, same jetting, I think, even. Sometimes they turn them down on the outside so that they could run a little bit smaller hose and tuck the carb in a little bit. You can see this one, it's bashed away at the choke area here because they rub against the rocker box. So a lot of guys didn't even run chokes on them. They just blocked them off. This one here is blocked off. So then what they do is they had a velocity stack that they stick on the back, and the air filter would jam over that velocity stack. And some of them they do a counterbore in here so that they would put a restrictor in. They used to run a lot of restrictors back in the day. And they plunk right in there. And novice riders, or the juniors, I guess they call them, junior experts, they could run a 750 restricted twin against the Rotaxes and the Hondas back in those days, and I think they were 33mm. That makes sense. And then so what they did is, they were trying to save on tire wear and a little bit safer for the rider and that sort of thing. So these restrictors, they put them in there, and you could see them right in the back of the thing. So at the end of the race, they want to make sure your restrictor was in there. They looked for that little red anodized restrictor, and then they knew you weren't cheating, basically. McCuney TMs, they went right up until the end of the XR750s. Nice light throttle, flowed lots of air, easy to control with a nice throttle like that. Just a great carburetor, good system.